Let's take a look at lists. There are two primary ways of making a list in HTML. You have first your unordered list and second your ordered list, or the other way around. It doesn't really matter. In this video, we're going to learn about both of them and sort of how they work with child elements. And making a list is actually fairly easy, but it does take more than one HTML element to do it. So let's dive right into this. So I already have lists.html created with the HTML structure. And I'm going to simply create a header here, an h4, and call it unordered list, an unordered list. Now to create an unordered list is the UL. It's the UL tag, and it has a closing tag. It has an opening and closing tag. Unlike an image, that doesn't. An image, you don't put anything in between it. It just has a source. A list does not. A list has an opening and closing tag, and inside of it takes an LI, a list item. And I wonder if VS Code will even fill that out for me or describe it to me. LI. The LI element represents a list item. If a parent element is an OL, UL, or menu item, then the element is an item of the parent's blah, 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 blah. Okay, so basically you've got a list and you've got list items. So we've got an unordered list and we have our first list item. Let's call this number 1. And this also needs to be closed as well. So we close it with /li. Let's create another one. Li number 2. And we close it with /li. And li number 3. And again, it's closed with /li. Now these are just from the last video, so I'm going to close those down and open up lists.html. And here we can see we have an unordered list. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. And it comes with a nice little bullet point and some nice indenting and stuff. So you can see where the text actually starts right where this U is at the very left side. There's a bunch of space in here. So it does some nice things for us so we can make some decent lists right out of the box. Now that's an unordered list. And I want to fix that indentation because that's going to drive me nuts. Now we have an ordered list. So an unordered list basically just comes with bullet points. An ordered list, an OL, and again, you can sort of think of it as ordered list, OL, ordered list, also takes a list item, and we say list item 1 and list item 2. And so we're reusing this same LI methodology between both of them. Just the parent tag, the tag that goes above this one or wraps around the LIs is different. So we used a UL to begin with, and now we're using an OL. And so let's go ahead and create a third one here. Refresh our page, and we have an ordered list as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and an unordered list, which just uses bullet points. And just to reduce some confusion here, let's go ahead and let's get rid of that. And so now we can see list item, list item, list item, and it automatically numbers it for us. That's really nice. Whereas an unordered list, again, is just bullet points. So no big deal there. The tricky thing about lists to begin with is you always have to tell it whether it's an unordered list or an ordered list. And then you also always have to give it a child LI element. If you don't give it a list item element, you're not going to have any list items. So that's required. So it does take 2 elements to make a list, but thankfully they're pretty easy to make. So your task for this video is going to be make an unordered list, and it should have 3 bullet points, just like what I did. And then make an ordered list, and that one should also have 3 bullet points. When you are done with that, save your file, call it lists.html, and open it up in your browser and make sure that you have 3 bullet points. And then you have an ordered list with items number 1, 2, and 3. Once you're done that, let's head on over to that next lesson. Let's learn about something a little more interesting, a little more complicated, but is also going to really revolutionize how we can build out our pages.